The countdown to kickoff has begun, and behind the scenes, tension is quietly building. A storm of change, opportunity, and difficult decisions is brewing within the locker room. And this first preseason matchup could decide more than most realize. Careers could be launched, reputations tested, and for some, the dream may be fading faster than they imagined. This isn't just another exhibition game. It's a proving ground where every snap, every read, and every mistake will be magnified. Somewhere on that field, a player will seize their moment, and somewhere else, another may see their last chance slip away. And the most intriguing part, the outcome won't just shape the roster, it could reshape the entire course of the season. So stay until the end to stay informed. Hit the like button, and let's get to the news. The clock is ticking for one Cleveland Browns wide receiver, and his story is shaping up to be one of the most emotional talking points of this preseason. David Bell, once a promising third-round pick out of Purdue in 2022, is watching his NFL future slip away before his eyes. Fans remember the excitement when he first arrived, a smooth route runner with strong hands and college production to back it up. But in 3 years, the flashes have been few and far between. Now, as the Browns gear up for their preseason opener against the Carolina Panthers, Bell is on the active/non-football injury list recovering from hip surgery, and it's starting to feel like this could be the end of his time in Cleveland. The reality is brutal. Even if he makes it back onto the field soon, his spot on the roster is far from guaranteed. He's played in just one game since suffering that hip injury last year against the Jacksonville Jaguars, and with nearly a full year gone and no return yet, it's not hard to imagine the Browns moving on before August is over. The numbers tell part of the story. In his first 2 seasons, Bell caught 38 of his 58 targets for 381 yards and 3 touchdowns. Not disastrous, but certainly not enough to stand out in a crowded league where every wide receiver is fighting for relevance. For drops in that span didn't help, nor did his inability to carve out a bigger role despite the Browns' struggles with receiver depth. By last summer, he was released, landed on the practice squad, and when he finally got another shot in week 2, that hip injury shut the door. And now, with Jerry Jeudy, Deontay Johnson, Cedric Tillman, Jamari Thrash, and DeAndre Carter looking locked into the top 5 spots, Bell is in real danger of being left behind. Hungry names like Caden Davis, Luke Floria, and Gage Larvadain are circling, and one preseason spark from them could seal Bell's fate. But the preseason isn't just about who might be leaving, it's also about who's stepping into the spotlight. The quarterback situation in Cleveland has taken another twist, with Dillon Gabriel, the rookie from Oregon, sidelined by a hamstring issue. Head coach Kevin Stefanski made it clear, this is a precautionary move, no setbacks, just a decision to avoid unnecessary strain. But that opens the door for another rookie, Shedeur Sanders, to get the start in the preseason opener. Sanders, a 5th-round pick, finds himself running the show thanks to injuries to Gabriel and Kenny Pickett. It's a rare opportunity for a young QB to get meaningful game reps right out of the gate, and it comes without the pressure of having to win the job. The Browns still have Joe Flacco and Pickett holding down the veteran spots. For Sanders, the challenge is about more than the stat line. Can he read the field at NFL speed? Can he stay calm under pressure? Can he show enough poise to convince the coaching staff he belongs in the long-term plans? These are the questions that will be answered under the lights in Carolina. And for Gabriel, this missed game is a lost chance to climb the depth chart. Stefanski himself has said that preseason games are where the real growth happens, where young players need to get comfortable in live action. Missing one means missing out on that development curve, and even with a strong 7.48 showing and a touchdown in a recent joint practice, game action is where reputations are made. And then there's the run game, a position group under a cloud of uncertainty. Quentin Judkins' legal situation looms large, with the rookie waiving his right to a speedy trial, leaving his availability for the season opener in doubt. That means all eyes are on Jerome Ford to lead the way, with rookie Dylan Sampson eager to prove himself after a monster 2024 season at Tennessee where he racked up nearly 1,500 yards and 22 touchdowns. Pierre Strong Jr. is also in the mix, and behind him, newcomers like Amani Marshall and Travion Williams are fighting for roster spots. Preseason reps will be everything for these guys. A single breakaway run or clutch short yardage conversion could change their season trajectory. And speaking of rookies making waves, 3rd-round tight end Harold Fannin Jr. and undrafted wide receiver Luke Floria are generating buzz. Fannin, fresh off a 1,555-yard season at Bowling Green, brings a big play element to the offense, while Floria's training camp performances have been catching the right kind of attention. On defense, linebacker Carson Schweissinger is stepping into a leadership role after injuries and retirements left a gap. He's already wearing the green, which means he's the defensive communicator, a huge responsibility for a rookie. Friday will be the first real look at how he handles live NFL speed. This preseason game may be labeled meaningless in the standings, but for players like Bell, Sanders, Sampson, and Schweissinger, it could be career-defining. And for fans, it's the first real taste of what this new-look Brown squad might bring in 2025. What do you think? Is this David Bell's last shot in Cleveland, or does he have one more comeback in him? While the spotlight will inevitably shine on the rookies and fringe players, the subplots in this preseason opener run deeper than a box score can capture. For David Bell, this is a harsh reminder that the NFL doesn't wait for anyone. His hip injury has already robbed him of precious time, and while the Browns may respect his fight to come back, the reality is they are looking for production now, not promises. The presence of Jerry Jeudy and Deontay Johnson, two polished route runners with proven NFL resumes, means the passing game's top tier is spoken for. Cedric Tillman and rookie Jamari Thrash are building momentum, and DeAndre Carter's versatility on special teams makes him a near lock. The math simply doesn't favor Bell unless he can get back on the field quickly and deliver something tangible in these next few weeks. But even with the veterans resting, Kevin Stefanski's plan for this game creates a perfect storm of opportunity. When he says he's going to rest most of the starters, it's not just about keeping his top guys healthy, it's about creating a crucible where young players have no choice but to sink or swim. Shedeur Sanders will be the face of that challenge Friday night. Coming from a high-profile college career into a crowded quarterback room, he knows this is his window to prove that he belongs in the long-term blueprint. He won't be asked to run a complex playbook. Stefanski made it clear they'll keep concepts simple so players can play fast. But even in a stripped-down scheme, the way Sanders manages drives, commands the huddle, and handles pressure will speak volumes. The ripple effects of Dillon Gabriel's absence could linger beyond this week. Preseason is as much about building rhythm as it is about evaluation, and missing your first NFL snaps delays that rhythm building. Gabriel's strong joint practice showing on Wednesday was encouraging, but practice speed is not game speed. Every missed series now is one fewer chance to adjust to the chaos of real defensive pressure. If Sanders takes advantage of this start, Gabriel could find himself slipping further down the pecking order when he finally returns. Then there's the run game storyline, which might be one of the most underrated aspects of this preseason. Jerome Ford is the clear starter for now, but Dylan Sampson's college production screams breakout potential. If he starts flashing that same burst and vision on Friday, he could turn the RB room into a genuine competition. Pierre Strong Jr., meanwhile, has the versatility to steal snaps in multiple packages. Depth candidates like Amani Marshall and Travion Williams are fighting for what might only be one available spot, and the preseason is their one shot to make that decision difficult for the front office. On defense, Carson Schweisinger's debut as the green dot linebacker is a huge moment. Being the on-field voice for the coaches is a role typically reserved for veterans, but injuries to Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah and the retirement of Jordan Hicks have fast-tracked his leadership role. The way he reads plays, aligns teammates, and handles misdirection will be a big indicator of whether he can shoulder that responsibility when the games start counting. For fans, Friday's game is more than just a preseason warm-up. It's the beginning of analyzing which players will shine when they're drafted and which will quietly fade away. And for David Bell, it could be the final chapter of his Browns career. Do you believe he can still fight his way back, or is this the moment Cleveland moves on for good? Let me know your thoughts. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Go Browns!